Let me ask you something. When was the last time you gave yourself silence? No noise, no notifications, no scrolling through other people's lives. Just you, sitting with your own thoughts. You see, most people don't disappear because they're lazy. They disappear because they're tired. Tired of pretending, tired of chasing approval, tired of showing up for people who wouldn't even notice if they stopped. But here's the truth. Sometimes the only way to become who you're meant to be is to vanish from who you've been. So if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been asking yourself why nothing seems to change, this video is for you. Because today, we're going to talk about why you need to disappear now and reappear as the best version of yourself. Section 1. The world doesn't need another version of the old you. The world keeps telling you to be consistent, to stay visible, to show up every day. But what they don't tell you is, showing up as the wrong version of you every day is just another form of self-destruction. If the version of you right now isn't aligned with where you want to go, then disappearing isn't weakness, it's strategy. You don't owe anyone explanations for why you've gone quiet. You don't owe anyone updates while you're rebuilding yourself. Because transformation doesn't happen in public. It happens when you shut the door, turn off your phone, and get brutally honest with yourself. You want to change your life? Then stop broadcasting your pain to people who won't help you heal it. Section 2. A story that will stick with you. Let me tell you a story. It's about a guy named Daniel. 2 years ago, Daniel was like most people, always online, chasing validation, talking about goals he never acted on. He'd post motivational quotes, but skip the gym. Talk about business ideas, but never start. He was loud online, but silent when it came to his own growth. Then one day, something broke inside him. He looked in the mirror and realized he didn't even respect himself anymore. He had become a man of words, not action. So, he decided to disappear. No goodbye post, no dramatic announcement, he just vanished. He deleted his social media, cut off the noise, and went to work. 6 months of discipline. 6 months of saying no to distractions. 6 months of building himself quietly, body, mind, and purpose. And when he came back, people didn't recognize him. He wasn't louder. He wasn't bragging. He just was. He had results, a stronger body, a sharper mindset, a focused energy that made people stop and ask, "What happened to you?" You know what he said? "I finally got tired of being the same." Section 3. The art of silence. When you disappear, something powerful happens. At first, you'll feel uncomfortable. You'll crave the noise. You'll want to scroll, to check who's posting what, to see if you're missing out. But what you're really missing is yourself. Silence will expose everything you've been avoiding. It'll show you how much time you waste, how much approval you crave, how much you depend on others to feel valuable. That's why disappearing isn't about running away. It's about returning. Returning to your focus, your hunger, your discipline. When you're quiet long enough, you start to hear your own thoughts again. You start to see clearly who you were, who you are, and who you want to become. And that's when the work begins. Section 4. The 6-month rule. Give yourself 6 months. Not 1 week, not 1 month. 6 ruthless months. 6 months of staying low, of not telling anyone your plans, of showing up for yourself even when no one is watching. Wake up earlier, train harder, read more. Cut the distractions. Make your environment uncomfortable if it keeps you lazy. You don't need motivation every day. You need standards. Every man who's built something great disappeared at some point. Because you can't rebuild your identity while you're surrounded by people who remind you of your old one. So disappear. Go ghost. Work in silence. Let your results do the talking later. And hey, before we go deeper, if this message is hitting you right now, subscribe. Because this channel isn't about fake motivation. It's about execution. It's about giving you the mental tools to rebuild yourself from the ground up. All right, let's keep going. Section 5. No one will clap while you're building. Let me prepare you for something. When you disappear, people will not understand. They'll say you've changed. They'll ask you why you're acting different. They'll call you distant, arrogant, selfish. Ignore it. Because they're not supposed to understand. They're watching your past self die, and that makes them uncomfortable. But here's the truth. The best version of you won't have time for explanations. You'll be too busy building, too busy improving, too busy winning in silence. No one claps while you're in the gym alone. No one praises you for saying no to distractions. No one notices when you're reading, learning, growing. But that's the point. The applause isn't supposed to come now. It's supposed to come after, when you reappear, when the results speak for themselves, when people look at you and say, "Damn, he wasn't lying." That's your victory.
Section 6. The lonely phase. You'll lose people. Let me be honest, this part hurts. When you start choosing growth over comfort, people will fade away. Friends who only knew the lazy version of you will stop calling. People who once liked you will start envying you, and it'll feel lonely. But that loneliness is necessary, because only in isolation do you learn how to stand on your own. Only in silence do you discover who you really are when no one's validating you. You'll have nights where you question if it's worth it, days where you feel invisible, moments where your old habits try to drag you back. But remember, pain is temporary. Regret isn't. And every time you push through, every time you stay consistent, you're killing your old self one habit at a time. That's what disappearing is about, a funeral for your old self. Section 7. The reappearance. Then, one day, it hits you. You look in the mirror and realize you're not the same. You walk differently, you talk differently, you think differently. You don't chase validation anymore. You don't need to prove anything. You've earned peace through effort. When you reappear, you don't need to announce it. People feel it. They see it in your eyes. They see it in your energy. They see it in your confidence. You walk into a room and the same people who ignored you before will double take. Not because of what you say, but because of what you've become. That's what happens when you go silent for a season. You become a storm no one saw coming. Section 8. The lesson from Daniel. Remember Daniel, the guy who disappeared for 6 months? When he came back, he didn't post quotes anymore. He posted results. His body was transformed. His business was running. His energy was unshakable. But here's the part most people don't see. During those 6 months, he fought battles no one clapped for. He faced mornings where he didn't want to get out of bed, nights where he questioned if it was worth it. But he stayed disciplined. He built brick by brick, quietly. And when he reappeared, everyone called him lucky. That's the irony of success. People will call your transformation luck, but you'll know it was isolation. Section 9. The comeback code. There's a pattern you'll notice in every powerful transformation. 1. Isolation. Cut the noise. 2. Consistency. Build in silence. 3. Reappearance. Let results speak. It's not complicated, it's just hard. Because the world today rewards distraction. It makes you think you need to be seen to matter. But power isn't invisibility, it's in discipline. The man who can disappear on purpose, who can sit in silence, train alone, grind without validation, that's the man the world can't stop once he decides to show up again. Section 10. What you need to do now. So, here's your challenge. Not next week, not next year, now. Discipline yourself for the next 6 months. Go ghost. Don't announce it. Don't tell anyone your plans. Just disappear. Work on your body. Read every day. Fix your sleep. Master your craft. Build something that excites you. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. When you feel lonely, remember who you're becoming. When you feel invisible, remember that shadows are where warriors are forged. By the time you come back, you won't have to convince anyone of your growth. Your presence will do the talking. You owe it to yourself to see what 6 months of focus can do. You owe it to yourself to find out what happens when you stop explaining and start executing. So disappear now. Go quiet. Go build. And when you return as the best version of yourself. Because that version of you doesn't chase anymore. He attracts. He commands respect without asking for it. He lives on his own terms. And when people ask where you've been, just smile and say, I was busy becoming who I should have been all along. And if this message woke something up in you, subscribe, because this isn't motivation. This is a movement of men who are done being average, a movement of people who are ready to disappear and come back unrecognizable. Now go do the work. Your future self is waiting.